welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is just gonna be a laid back, chatty, get ready with me. I have some new to me products here that I kind of just wanted to test out and just kind of chat about what's new in my life. I think the last time I did one of these videos was back in January. I can link that down below. So a lot's been going on in the past months and I kind of wanted to just try on some makeup. I have the BareMinerals Blonzer. I have the Makeup by Mario Bronzer. I have just like some things that are new to me I wanted to test out, and I figured we could just chat while I do that. I do just want to give a disclaimer in this video for a trigger warning on pregnancy loss. So if that's something you're just not interested in or don't want to watch, there's no hard feelings. But if the rest sounds good to you, if you like chatty get ready with me videos, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. But with all that, I'm just gonna zoom you in maybe just a little bit and we're gonna get started. All right, not everything I have is like new, but for the most part, I have a full face of just products I've never tried. We're gonna fix the hair at the end, and my sunscreen just leaves like this terrible white cast, but I'm almost finished with it. I'm trying to get through it. So let's just get started. The first thing that I guess is just new in my life, and I will talk about the products. This is just my Benefit color corrector. It's not new, it's in my project pan. I got contacts, so that's exciting. I actually, right now, I just have the trials. So it's like a 5-day trial, and then after that, I can order a box. I only got the daily kinds because I don't necessarily want to fully switch over to contacts. I just want to have them for sometimes, and I'm excited to see how it goes. So I'm a little bit out of my element. This is only my second day with the trials, and it feels a little awkward, I'm gonna be honest. I've been wearing glasses for at least 20 years, so it just feels a little bit odd not having something on my face. I do like my glasses. I feel comfortable in my glasses. It's kind of a security blanket. I'm gonna use the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I'm trying to get through this. I'm almost done. I'm in the shade 4, but that's not new to me. And yeah, we're just gonna see. I do eventually want to get LASIK. So my thought process was just that I needed to get used to seeing myself without glasses, because I definitely, personally, like honestly, I just don't think I look good without glasses, or I don't look as good. I feel more put together with glasses, and maybe that just stems from when I first got glasses. Everyone told me I looked better with glasses. So that kind of just stuck in my head, and now I feel a little bit just awkward. I don't know, but I'm hoping I get used to it, and we'll see. It would just be really nice to be able to see on an everyday basis. Most of the time, glasses aren't annoying or anything. It's mostly like if I want to do anything outside, you know, I have to switch between my prescription and my sunglasses that have a prescription. It gets just a little bit annoying, and making sure, you know, that I don't lose them. I've lost prescription sunglasses in the ocean before, and it's never fun because they're expensive. I always want to take care of them. So it will be nice, a nice change to just see how this goes. I'm not gonna stick with it. I might still wear glasses. You know, I'm not gonna wear them every day, the contacts, but it'll at least get me started on trying them out. So I would love your feedback. I'm hoping just for videos as well, like doing my eyeshadow videos, it's a little bit tough to do my eyeshadows or just my makeup in general when you're not wearing your glasses. It's tough to see. So I'm hoping that will also be just a pro, but that's kind of new. Other than that, I mean, that's like the newest thing. I think this video is going to be going up on Easter, so happy Easter if you celebrate. I'm going to go in with the next thing. It's the Covergirl Simply Ageless Triple Action Concealer in 305 Ivory. I've had this unopened, and I haven't had like a good time to pull it out for a video or just try it, but I love the Simply Ageless line. So I figured today is going to be the day. It has, like, it doesn't, yeah, okay. I thought maybe it was a cap, but it's just a plastic applicator. That's kind of odd. I don't know if I love that. Kind of weird. Does it? Is it a cap? I don't think so. Like nothing comes off. Am I doing something wrong? I probably am. Probably should read the instructions, but that's okay. But you're seeing this, I think, on the 31st. And that should be the day that I'm driving to Spain because I start my volunteer internship type thing on April 1st in Spain. So I'm very, very excited for that. I think I've mentioned it a few times now in the Chatty Get Ready With Me that I did on New Year's Eve, but I'm going to Spain to volunteer at a dog rescue for an entire month. And I could not be more excited. I am just so ecstatic to be doing that. It's something that I've been wanting to do for years and years, and it was just a matter of sending an email. So finally got that set up. Really excited. I think my husband's a little bit worried on how many dogs I'm going to want. That's like his only concern right now, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard, but it's also going to be just really rewarding and fulfilling. So looking forward to that. And the concealer wasn't bad. I really am confused though. There has to be, I'm going to look at the back of this. No, it definitely is supposed to be like that because it says cooling ceramic wand for an instant cold effect. These contacts are, just as a side note, I can tell that the prescription's not as good as my actual glasses. They did change it just a little bit, they said, because my prescription was expired, but I don't feel like I can see as well as with my glasses. But for the most part, it's like 90% there. But I've also been told, if you're interested, they can't ever put like perfect 20/20 vision in my glasses because I have astigmatism in both eyes. If they were to fully correct both eyes, they even showed me I would see double. So they actually do have to lessen my prescription a little bit. So that way I don't see double, but that means that I fully can't see like everyone's supposed to. Next up, I have the Makeup by Mario bronzer. This is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. I have the shade Light. I purchased this in January. Here in France for Sephora, you get like a $30 gift card on Sephora for your birthday. And so I picked this up with that as my birthday reward, and I'm really excited to use it. I haven't really tried any Makeup by Mario things. I did get the shade Light. I was deciding between light and light medium, but ultimately I decided I'd rather build it up if I needed to. And I think it's gonna be okay. It'll be like a soft bronze. I'd rather do that than have to be careful with application. After that, as far as life update, I mean, I guess I should just address what I teased in the intro. I don't mean to say tease, it's a heavy topic, but I've also been dealing with this for 3 months now, so I don't want to sound like I'm not sad. I am sad. Just I've gone through basically the full circle of emotions that I could go through, quite honestly. So I'm in a spot where I can talk about it without like breaking down or anything like that. But I did have a miscarriage in January. I mentioned that I had been feeling sick in that Chatty Get Ready With Me, and I was not sick. I was actually pregnant, which was a surprise because I do use contraception, so it was very much a surprise. However, when I went in for my ultrasound, it turned out that I had like, it's called a miscarriage, where basically you usually know you have a miscarriage because of what happens. However, in my case, I'm trying to like say this as politely as possible. In my case, the miscarriage didn't separate from my uterus. So it was stuck. And that made everything just a lot harder because not only are you going through a miscarriage, but at the same time, like it took 6 weeks before I could fully finish that. So basically what happened like I said, if you need to skip, I'll like put timestamps down below. But what happened, for lack of a better term, is that I had to take the abortion pill to try to detach it and expel. That didn't work in my case. Apparently, my baby really, really wanted to hang on. And so because of that, I had to essentially go in for a surgical abortion, which took a while to schedule. And it was just here in France. It's a little bit different. I don't know how this works in America or just different parts of the world. I can only speak to here, but I'm gonna powder, I think, with my Project Pan powder. You know, here you have to see a lot of doctors, and it can just be a little bit lengthy, especially because they weren't considering me an emergency. I wasn't really having any kind of side effects or anything like that. So they weren't necessarily in a rush, but I had to see a doctor, and then you have to see the anesthesiologist, and then you have to schedule it, and then you have to, you know, go get tests. Then I had to go get an ultrasound multiple times. So there was just a lot of appointments, and it was really, really emotionally exhausting, especially because this wasn't planned. So at first, you know, you're in shock at first, and your life completely takes just a sharp left turn. And then you finally kind of get used to, okay, like we're going to have a baby. And then that changes. So it was a lot. And I'm sure I'm not saying this like very cohesively because I still have like my thoughts just everywhere, but it was just a lot. I didn't end up having I found out that I was pregnant in early January. I didn't end up having my surgical abortion. That's what I'm going to reference it, until the middle of February. Yes. And then finally, just last Friday, I had my checkup to see how that all went. So finally, like, the doors closed on that situation, but it was really tiring because I was still having symptoms of pregnancy, but there was no end to that, if that makes any sense. Like, you feel shitty. Like, I did not feel well. And it's hard, like, knowing you're having all these effects of pregnancy with no outcome. It was hard, but I kind of wanted to explain because I've had some comments, you know, noticing my mood, and that is part of it. So I thank you all just for like your patience, your grace, because it really has been like a difficult 2 or 3 months. Now that I, had my checkup appointment with the doctor and she said everything is fine and I can really like turn the page on just all of this, I felt really good on Friday after my appointment, just like a sigh of relief, and I can move forward finally. And my mood's definitely been lifted. I'm going to try this set that I got from Black Friday. This has the Kiss of Pink Blonzer that everyone talks about, and I have yet to try it. So I thought it would go good with the Makeup by Mario, since that was like a very light bronzer. We have kind of like a bronzer blush situation. So that's kind of what's been going on. Not fun. And, I know that it's hard to say things. Like, just know, like, don't feel obligated to say anything in the comments or anything like that. Like, I appreciate, obviously, well wishes, but I'm not looking for words of encouragement. I've really gone through all the emotions here already. So it's been a trip. I will say that France, everyone here, again, I don't know what it's like in America, but everyone here was so, so kind, and the doctors were so thoughtful, and I really just appreciated all of that. Like, everyone always asked how I was doing. France does offer, for this type of thing, they offer free counseling, which I thought is really fantastic. And everything, I couldn't have asked, like, never at one point did I feel bad or guilty or sad. Like, I mean, I felt sad, but I just really have to commend the doctors and their empathy with the entire situation. Only having just different things in America, sometimes things are very quick, rushed, you know, it's in and out. They got to see the next patient. You already waited an hour past your appointment time. And it was not like that here. I never felt rushed. I really felt like they wanted to answer all my questions, and they were very thoughtful in the questions they asked me, and always asked if things were too much or what I was and wasn't comfortable. So I really appreciated that out of the whole situation, and it definitely made things so much easier. For highlight, I have this Chanel highlight. This was like a limited edition. It must have come out years ago, and I figured it's just been unopened in my highlight drawer. I figured it's time to crack it open. So this is in Metal Peach, and it has this emblem on it. If you follow like a lot of Chanel products, you've probably seen this highlight when it was released. I have no idea when it was released, but I'm just going to use it today and crack it open and get it out of my unopened section. Other than that though, I mean, that was really the main thing. After that, there's not too much that's been going on, mostly dealing with that. It's been very cold. There's finally been some sun for the past couple of days, so that's also very much helped my mood. Quite honestly, I'm very much a warm-blooded person, and just my husband as well. Like, we enjoy the sun. We're not used to 4 seasons. We mostly grew up in Arizona where it's hot all the time. So that's been helping the mood as well, just being able to spend time outside. You know, today, before filming this, I took my dog to the lake and we walked around the lake and just got some sunshine in, and it's been really nice. So that, I think, completes all the face products. For eye products, and this was primarily why I wanted to do this video, because I purchased this in December. I talked about this in a new makeup release video, and I said I was going to purchase it. I did in December, because I am on a low buy now and should not be purchasing things. But I picked up the Peri Para, and this is the Hip Gray palette. I have a few of these. And then it just kind of sat there waiting in my kind of like to be filmed pile. And now I don't really feel like I can do like a dedicated video on this. But this is what this palette looks like. I'll have it linked below, as well as everything that I'm wearing, just so you know what I put on if I didn't talk about it enough. But usually these palettes have 2 shimmers. So you have this silver here, and you have this kind of more purpley taupe shade. But this palette does, it looks like has 2 sequin mattes. These 2 here are mattes with some glitter running throughout. I'm really excited for this color story because it is cool toned, but more like browny cool tones. Usually a lot of the times with cool tones, not usually, but a lot of the times with cool tones, they think cool tone and they just think gray. So I think that, I mean, I'm gonna do a pretty simple look. This is not gonna be an extensive review. I'm going to just go in with this shade, deepen it up with this shade, and I think I'm going to use this shimmer. I don't really want to use the silver. I want to use this one. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not really loving my base. I don't know what I did differently, but it's feeling, this foundation usually works perfect on me, but it's feeling very heavy and feels like it's emphasizing my skin a lot. Or maybe I can just see better and I can actually see what my skin looks like. That's also been a fear of mine with getting contacts, is that I'll realize that my makeup's not that great. I've just been living in like la la land. Everything looks more blended when like your eyesight's blurry, so hopefully that's not the case and it's actually the foundation. It just seems like it's sitting on my skin more than normal, and I love this foundation. Maybe I'm just having a bad skin day. I don't know. Other than that, I'd love to hear from you all if you wear contacts. That's something for most people I know, a lot of people wear contacts. This is not like that big of a deal, but for me, I've just never really been interested in contacts. So it's definitely just new, and I'm not sure. I would love tips and tricks because it definitely, like, I'm still learning how to put them in. And just what you can and can't do without them. Because obviously, like at the eye doctor place, they're going to tell me what they're supposed to tell me like they told me I can't swim with my contacts. Do you swim with your contacts in or take a shower? That interests me. I do just have the daily ones, like I said, so I throw them away at the end of the day. I'm gonna go in with that medium brown now. And then, oh, I do have another trip planned. Let me know your trips down below if you have anything planned. But after I get back from Spain with that rescue, I mentioned this in my Chatty Get Ready With Me, the first one too, so I'm sorry if this is repetitive, but I'm going to Louisiana, which is where one of my siblings live, and he is becoming an officer in the Marines, so we're all going over there to celebrate him. I'm very excited for that because it's been at least 5 years, I think, since all my siblings and I have been together, because even though I went to Arizona 2 years ago, since one of my brothers doesn't live there, we weren't all together, and it's tough to get all 5 of us over there. Plus, my parents are gonna be there. My mom turns 60 while we'll be there, so we're gonna go out and celebrate her birthday, and I'm really excited for that and to just see all my siblings and do fun sibling stuff. I'm very, very close with them, so it's always just a good time. I'm sure we'll do karaoke or something like that. They love karaoke. So that'll be really fun. I wish we were going to Arizona so I could see maybe some other friends and family, like my best friend, and see her babies. And I did look at tickets to go over there, and it might change. I can be a last minute person sometimes, but for now, I don't think I'm gonna be going and making a trip over there to Arizona, just because the free weekend that I would have is Memorial Weekend. So plane tickets were just more than I was willing to spend. They were more than my flight from France to Louisiana. So it was a little bit silly, and I'll have to plan a different time. They did, thankfully, finally. This shade's super pretty. I like this a lot. It's a lot darker than maybe I was wanting for a day look, but it is really pretty. They did finally add, one of the airlines finally added a direct flight from Paris to Phoenix, because before they had no direct flights. And I'm still pretty far away from Paris, but I'm hoping that just makes it a lot easier in the future to go over there. Having a direct flight will help that out. But here's the eye look. It didn't turn out half bad. I'm not going to add line or anything. The last just new product I have came with the Peri Para Hip Gray collection. This is their Mood Glowy, and I have the shade 05 Nudie List. It's kind of supposed to be, I think, like a sheer balm. The component is really, really pretty. They already have these lipstick products, but they release new colors with the palette. So I picked one of them up. And here's what it looks like. I don't think it's gonna go, well, I have this warm blush on with this cool tone eye, so it doesn't really matter, does it? I'm just gonna apply this, but it feels really, really nice. I like this a lot. Yeah, it doesn't go with the eye. It does go with my blush though. Super, super creamy. This is like a glorified lip balm, which I love. Not bad at all. So I am gonna just do my brows and add mascara real quick, and then I'll just kind of recap all these products. Okay, so this is the finished look. Let me just quickly go over some of the new things, I guess. The concealer, probably my least favorite. Really do not like this doe foot. Like, it's just plastic, and you can even see like nothing comes onto it. I don't mind like a metallic wand, but this just seems weird. It doesn't seem like I'm using it correctly. The bronzer is okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't really see why everyone talks about this as one of his best products. This seems like for me, it would be more of maybe like a no makeup product where I'm not putting on foundation. I'm just putting on like a little bit of bronzer to warm up my face, minimal makeup. So jury's out on this. Also like a little disappointed from the BareMinerals. This is Kiss of Pink, but I was kind of expecting it to be more bronzy. And to me, this is really just a blush, right? I mean, am I missing something with this? I don't know, but I don't know if I think it's anything special like the Makeup by Mario, same thing. The Chanel I like. I mean, how could you not like a Chanel highlight? It fits my skin tone. I have nothing bad to say about it. So I'm excited that this finally is going to be exiting its box and can be rotated into Shop My Stash, etc. And I can finally use it more and not feel like I can't touch it. Palette, love. Probably the favorite thing so far that I tried today. And the lip product is really nice. I will definitely get some use out of this. However, it just doesn't go with this look, and that's okay. I'll probably, you know, I'm just gonna be around the house today. So that's perfectly fine if they don't match. But I'd love to hear kind of your thoughts down below if you've tried any of these products. I would also love some reassurance on the contact situation, because I just feel like right now I feel like I'm not finished. My makeup's not finished without my glasses on. As far as, you know, the miscarriage, I just want to again stress, like, please don't feel like you have to give words of encouragement down below. Of course you can, but you know, sometimes there's just nothing to say, and that's okay. But I did want to at least come on here and share my story, even if, you know, I feel like there's power in knowing that maybe you're not alone. So I did at least want to be open and honest about that. I'm not looking for pity or anything like that. Like, it happens and that's okay. And we take the next step forward. I'm so lucky to have such a great support system. I mean, my husband was really, really fantastic throughout the whole process and very, very supportive while going through his own, you know, his own emotions. He was there for me every single step of the way, never left my side. So I'm so thankful for that. I'm very close to my mom here on where I live, so I've had her support. I've had all the dog cuddles. So please don't feel like you have to give words of encouragement. Sometimes I know that there's just nothing to say, and that's okay. So please don't think that I'm like searching for that. I'm in a much better spot now. August is going to be rough for me because that was my due date, so I'm expecting that. But I'll get through it. So other than that, you know, we take life one day at a time. I'm excited for April. I'm excited for my just month-long volunteer program. I'm driving right now as you're seeing this, so very, very excited. Other than that though, I'm gonna leave you here. I hope you're all having a great one, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.